Right now, thousands of students are sitting in libraries, staring at textbooks, reading the same paragraph over and over again. Their eyes scan every word, their highlighters mark every sentence, but when they close the book, their minds are completely blank. They've just spent hours learning absolutely nothing. This isn't laziness. This isn't stupidity. This is your brain protecting you from information overload, rejecting everything that doesn't pass its strict security test. But here's the shocking part. Once you understand how this security test works, you can hack your way past it and turn your brain into a knowledge-absorbing machine that never forgets what it learns. The reason most people struggle with learning isn't because they're not smart enough. It's because nobody taught them the secret language your brain actually speaks. Your brain isn't just sitting there, waiting to absorb whatever you throw at it. It's constantly running background checks on every piece of information that tries to enter your memory. Think of your brain as the world's most paranoid security guard, asking the same 3 questions about every new fact. First, do I actually need this information right now, or is this just random noise? Second, does this connect to something I already understand, or is this completely foreign? Third, will remembering this actually benefit me in some way, or is it just mental clutter? If any of these answers come back negative, your brain hits the delete button faster than you can say. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. This is why traditional studying feels like torture. Textbooks present information in exactly the way your brain is designed to reject it. They use complex terminology that feels completely disconnected from real world. They dump massive amounts of information without building proper foundations. They expect you to memorize facts without ever explaining why those facts matter to your life. Essentially, every textbook is designed to fail your brain's security test, which explains why studying feels like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. But what happens when you flip the system on its head? When you present information in exactly the way your brain wants to receive it, everything changes. Suddenly, complex subjects become crystal clear. Studying transforms from a chore into something genuinely interesting. Information sticks permanently, instead of evaporating the moment you close the book. The difference isn't your intelligence level, it's your technique. Here's the method that changes everything. It's called STAR, and each letter represents a specific way to communicate with your brain in its native language. S stands for simplify, translating complex ideas into language so clear that anyone could understand them. T means take it slow, building understanding step by step, instead of trying to absorb everything at once. R represents add meaning, connecting new information to things you already care about. R stands for record it, capturing your understanding in your own words to lock it into permanent memory. Let's start with simplify, because this single technique alone will revolutionize how you learn. The rule is brutally simple. If you can't explain something to a 10-year-old, you don't actually understand it yourself. Most people think using big words makes them sound smart, but your brain treats complex terminology like a foreign language it doesn't want to learn. Take photosynthesis. Textbooks call it the biological process by which green plants use sunlight to synthesize foods from carbon dioxide and water. Your brain hears that and immediately checks out. But when you simplify it to plants cooking their own food using sunlight, suddenly it clicks. Your brain loves simple, visual concepts because they're easy to store and easy to retrieve. The take it slow principle completely transforms how you approach difficult material. Instead of trying to understand everything in one massive brain download, you build comprehension like constructing a house. You don't start with the roof. You lay the foundation first, then add walls, then the roof. Same with learning. Identify the concepts that feel familiar or make intuitive sense, master those first. Once they're solid in your mind, add the next layer, then the next. This layered approach prevents cognitive overload and ensures each new piece of information has something solid to attach to. Adding meaning is where learning becomes personal and powerful. Your brain doesn't want to store random facts, it wants to understand why information matters to your life. Before diving into any subject, spend a few minutes connecting it to your goals, your interests, or your daily experiences. When studying the water cycle, don't just memorize evaporation and condensation. realize that this process delivers every drop of water you've ever consumed. It creates the weather that affects your plans. It drives the climate systems that shape civilization itself. Suddenly, the water cycle isn't just science, it's the fundamental system that makes life on Earth. Record it completes the learning process by forcing active engagement with the material. Your brain has limited working memory, like a small desk that can only hold a few items at once. External recording expands your mental workspace, but here's the crucial part. You must translate everything into your own language. Don't copy sentences from textbooks. Rephrase concepts using words that make sense to you. Draw connections between different ideas. Note areas of confusion. This translation process forces your brain to wrestle with the information, creating the deep neural pathways that lead to permanent understanding. When these four elements work together, the results are dramatic. Information that once seemed impossibly complex becomes manageable and interesting. Study sessions transform from frustrating battles into engaging explorations. You develop genuine confidence in your ability to understand any subject because you have a reliable system that works with your brain instead of against it. This method isn't limited to academic subjects. You can apply STAR to master musical instruments, to understand financial concepts, to learn technical skills, or to explore any area that interests you. The principles remain consistent because they align with fundamental facts about how human brains process and store information. The breakthrough insight is that effective learning isn't about natural talent or intelligence levels, it's about technique. Your brain already possesses incredible learning capabilities, it just needs information presented in its preferred format. Traditional educational approaches create unnecessary friction by working against your brain's natural tendencies. STAR removes that friction by giving your brain exactly what it craves. Here's your challenge. Choose one subject you're currently struggling with and apply the STAR method today. Simplify the core concepts until they feel obvious. Build understanding slowly, layer by layer. Connect the material to your personal goals and your interests. Record your insights using your own words and examples. Then test yourself by explaining what you've learned to someone else. This reveals whether you've achieved true understanding or just surface familiarity. The goal isn't becoming the smartest person you know. The goal is unlocking your brain's natural learning potential, using techniques that work with your neural wiring, rather than against it. Your brain is already a sophisticated learning machine. It just needs the right instruction manual. And now you have it. Stop fighting your brain and start working with it. The results will amaze you. If this video helped you, subscribe now and join a community of curious minds who refuse to settle for average. Turn on the bell so you never miss the strategies that will rewire your brain, upgrade your focus, and change the way you study forever. Your journey to mastering knowledge starts here, so hit that subscribe button and take the next step today.